So George, straight into the Tour Series from the Tour of Yorkshire. How are the injuries, first of all?
I think all right. A few scrapes and stuff, a few scabs falling off, but other than that, yeah, feeling better. I felt a bit sort of just sore and tired on Monday, but then you do a few easy rides and you come around pretty quickly. So I think I'm okay.
After a Tour of Yorkshire, I mean, it's 4 days, and that last day was pretty intense. How much of an effect does that have on the body?
I think quite a big effect, but what I found after crashing on the second stage, I couldn't actually, because my body sort of went into like shutdown, just recovery mode. I wasn't able to like push quite as hard as I would normally do. So I actually think the sort of like the race fatigue was less than what it would have been if I hadn't have crashed. But then, obviously, to combat that, I just had to deal with the sort of injury fatigue as well.
Right. Well, you've done both the Tour Series and road races before in Yorkshire now. Compare the two types of effort.
I think thick end of a race like Yorkshire, when you're going maximal. So that's the same. Like when you're going as hard as you can, That's always the same. But I think the difference in Tour Series is that comes about 3 laps in, and, and then you just full gas from there.
And I would assume that if you're in a road race and you're going maximal, it's a fairly constant maximal. Whereas with this,
yeah, true. Yeah, there's sort of more like surges, as it were, and probably have to think a bit more about the corners and sort of. Because you're racing for the win as well. Well, sort of. I was holding on to Yorkshire really, but yeah, you have to be a bit more clever in the Tour Series, and obviously you got the team element as well. So you have to be clever about that and make sure the right teams are sort of controlled.
Bike setup, any difference?
No different. It's funny you say that, actually. I think Ian Wilkinson was saying that he used to raise his bars a bit during the Tour Series, just so because he'd spend all the time in the drops. It just makes it that bit more comfortable. But I think, past few years I've just did exactly the same. Maybe deeper wheels more often, but other than that, pretty much the same.
The only thing that will change over the series is tyre pressures depending on the weather.
Yeah, that's it. Just can't put too much, especially the cobbly rounds like Durham and stuff like that. If you got too much pressure, and that can change your entire race because you just can't get any traction down. So yeah, that would be different.
In terms of if you had an ideal race, position wise, where would it be?
In terms, well, besides winning, I think. I don't know. I think
like sitting the top 6.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, top 5. Sort of done top 10 now. I get a bit of flack on Twitter just for finishing sort of like 9th and 10th all the time. So yeah, I think better than that would be is the goal. And obviously for the team, I think we're here to win it.
And achieving that position, because I've been told by a couple of people already today, it's a very physical, very hard fought thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So achieving that top 5 or top 10 position constantly in the race, is it like a washing machine effect? Are you sort of?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's in the beginning it's more so because everyone's sort of fresh, but then during the sort of the back end of the race, it's just how much energy you've got left. And if you do have a lot of energy you're in a good position because you can just ride round sort of tired riders. So it sort of does get easier and harder in a way because you're tired.
And finally, there is this legend that the Tour Series is what got you into the sport.
It is, yeah, it is.
Here we are again. How long ago was that?
That was, I think, you might know as much. Was it 2000? Was 2010 or 9? I think
2009 was when it began.
Yeah, so 2009 was when I watched it in Exeter. Right. Stood sort of roadside, and then it came back again 2010, and then by that point I was already sort of a bit of a cycling nerd, so I sort of knew the riders and I was cheering them on, and then from there I just sort of got a bit better every year, and then sort of did my first one was 2013, I think. So this would be my fifth series. Well, No, they're not getting any easier because, again, like I said earlier, you're still going as hard as you can go. But I think the difference now is that sort of getting competitive. Whereas
it's just being picked as part of this.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And like my first series, I was getting lapped like 3 or 4 times. So yeah, they're getting nicer, but no easier.
Good luck in Red.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, mate.